Hey everyone,
Yeah.
it's Peter Kerr from Daydream Nation, and today I've got a very special guest, vocalist Johan Längqvist from the legendary doom metal band Candlemass, one of the pioneers of doom metal. Johan, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thank you for inviting me. Just moved to an apartment from the house, and I'm pretty much ready with it all for the moment. So
ready to
that's
go on tour. Ready to go on tour.
Ready to start rocking again.
Absolutely. Look, after more than 40 years of Candlemass, what does it mean to finally bring the band to Australia? Now, but we did have a conversation. You have been to Australia, but a little festival in Tasmania, but the rest of the mainland hasn't seen you. So is it something that, has been always at the top of your list that, the band wants to come to Australia?
I can go anywhere, but I don't know why we haven't been in Australia, actually, I don't know the reason. Yeah, we are ready to go anyway. It's a pretty far away, but we've been to South America, we've been to the US and Japan, so I don't know why. I'm sorry for that, but now we're coming.
Well, that's fantastic. So a lot of people, you talk to a lot of metal fans in Australia, and they say what bands they would love to see. And Candlemass has always been on the list, the bucket list of a band that they would like to see. Look, let's go back. So this band invented a genre. You recorded this little beauty called Epicus Doomicus Metallicus.
Yes.
Did you have any idea with this album that you were creating something that was one of the defining albums of doom metal? It was actually creating a genre?
I think, to be honest, the other guys have told me that, some people were even laughing when they heard the songs and say that, hey, good luck. This won't work. But and I must say that I really didn't understand everything about the songs in the very beginning. So it was something new, and it took a lot of years for people to understand what it was all about. So but to the at now these days that the album has been a classical album, we didn't think about that at all.
It keeps on selling. It ticks over, doesn't it?
I think it's still the best-selling album. I think so. So it's so cool, and in the new generations, young people are coming every single show and want the Epicus sign from us. So
yes,
we've done something great a lot of years ago, and it still works. So that's amazing.
Yeah. I want to go into your headspace when you're recording it, because you sort of said that you didn't know what you were actually creating. What was your musical influences in 1986? Were you into Black Sabbath and Priest and all the traditional metal, or maybe you might have had some different musical influences? What was your personal musical influences in 86?
In 86, also, I am a big Judas and the Black Sabbath fan. So I guess the day when I decided that this is what I want to do, either as a professional or at least with a small band or something, was when I heard Sad Wings of Destiny with Judas Priest and, Victim of Changes and all those great songs. So those were the influences that I had at that time, actually. When I was younger than that, I liked Bowie as well, and Alice Cooper and Kiss, you know. But when I listened to Sad Wings of Destiny, that's the day when I got hooked about this genre. So
yeah. Do you think a lot of folk say that maybe the early Black Sabbath, especially the first album, is kind of the blueprint for Candlemass? Would that be a fair comment?
Absolutely. You know, Leif, he's got a huge collection of Sabbath stuff at his home. I think he's got, I've heard it. He don't know exactly, but he's one of the greatest collectors of Sabbath albums. I think so. He's got plenty of them.
Yeah.
So
Sabbath, they were in.
And I guess that's the reason why Tony Iommi decided to at least do the solo on the Door to Doom album. So that's Tony Iommi. He knew that Leif was a big Black Sabbath fan, so
yeah.
I guess that's the reason why he did it. And
how was that? I mean, that would have been fantastic. I mean, there you are. You're influenced by Sabbath, and you know, there's Tony laying down a track. That would have been
that's so cool. You know, he's one of our heroes, and
there he is.
He says yes, and that's so amazing.
Yeah, but going back to '86, because I want to understand how this happened, because I'm fascinated how you guys created a genre of music. A lot of bands were going fast. So in '86, Metallica, Slayer, a lot of the bands in Scandinavia, you know, were going fast, death metal. But you guys decided to go it slow. What was the inspiration? I mean, Sabbath was an inspiration, but was there like a discussion or something? Why don't we do this style of music and try this? Was it like that, or it just happened? You know what I mean?
I don't know. You know, when you're young, you there is something special about being 20 years old or something like that. So, and your ambitions are maybe naive sometimes, but you're not afraid to let it all out. And Leif, he's an amazing songwriter, and I guess that we all just loved what we were doing and gave it our all in a way. I can't tell you why, but you know, still there are a lot of bands that a lot of people say that the first album is the best.
yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. It's, you know, sometimes you have to try to dream away to get the kind of energy that you had when you were young, when you're recording a new song or something like that. Go crazy and wild and let it all out, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So with all the doominess and, you know, the down tuning and the tritones in the music, your vocals were very unique. They're almost, I wouldn't like to say theatrical, but they're very they're melodic, they're dramatic. Did you straight away get into a groove? This is the way I need to sing these songs. Like, I'm going to tell a story, and I'm going to, that's the groove. That's how I'm going to
sing. I remember me thinking that it's very, you know, how many different melodies can you do on a single E minor, for example? so it's, you had to find the melodies in on the same chords. So I don't know. That's just a reflection that I had in the very beginning. We had to make it alive in a way. You know, you can when you're a metal vocalist, you can sing ba 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 ba, or you can try out some other things.
Yeah. So, were the vocal melodies yours? Were they your interpretations, or were they vocal melodies that were already written by Leif?
Yeah. In a way, Leif is the main writer of all the songs in Candlemass, and he always has got an idea of how it should sound. So, but you know, I don't remember every single moment back in '86. But you know, when we're working right now, we're trying out maybe 6 melodies in a chorus or something. So, and I'm very open-minded to try a lot of things, you know. And sometimes he said, "Oh, well, we saved this one. I liked what you did there." So, you know, we have a good connection when it comes to the recording. So I can sing out, and sometimes, you know, something is just coming at some times. So and sometimes he said, "Oh, we can't keep this, Johan. It's too wild," or "I don't like it." But we have a good time, and as I don't know. I've been speaking to so many this morning, but you know, I've been into music all my life, and I've been writing songs all my life. So I've got a kind of library of melodies in my head because of that. You know, all the experience that I have because of all the songwriting. So yeah, it's because of that, I think. You know, I would try out a lot of melodies on one chord, and yeah,
I understand.
It's hard to explain, but
Yeah.
You know, when you've done I don't know how many songs that I've written, but at least hundreds. So you get some experience when it's come to improvising and
Yes.
find the coolest stuff. But the main thing in the very beginning is to get into the music. You know, to me, the songs is not only about the vocals when it comes to heavy metal. It's a band, you know. The whole thing, the whole sound wall should be one, and to find your way in with the vocals is very important. And when you try out different things, all of a sudden you feel that I'm in the song. I'm in there right now.
Yeah. Do you ever listen to your old recordings and hear something that you may not have heard at the time, maybe a little bit more critically?
Usually I don't listen to the songs that I've done.
Yeah,
I've listened to them in the very beginning, and of course, Epicus. On Epicus, you can find some things that I could have done differently at some places. You know, there were no auto tune and things at that time. So
yeah.
But it's the way it is. We're only humans, so
yeah, absolutely.
Of course, you can find things that you wanted to do better, but that's the way it is. You have to leave things behind, and you can't go and be sad over things that are done. So
once it's pressed, it's there, and it's there for history.
Yeah. But you know, being, I don't know how old I was, but you know, being 20 euro and 1986, you were allowed to be a human being at that time. You know, these days, every single song that you hear on the radio, they're perfect. It's so perfect that it's sometimes boring, in my opinion. You know, you want to hear that there are human beings behind this. So I guess that's why people still love to see bands playing live.
Yeah, yeah. Well, rock and roll's not about perfection, isn't it? It's the imperfection.
No.
So, and that's what metal's all about. Was it hard leaving Candlemass? And do you have any regrets in hindsight that you left Candlemass?
No, not at all, actually. You know, we had an agree, because when they called me up 1986, I had my own band.
Uh-huh.
And that's where my heart was at that time. And I told them that I have to be honest, you know, I'm a songwriter, I have my band, and my heart is with my own band for the moment.
Yeah.
But, and we talked about it, but they say, well, we've decided that we want you to do the album anyway. So that's the history behind the curtain.
Yeah. So were there many attempts to get you back into the band? I mean, you returned in 2018, but were there many attempts in between leaving in 86 and 2018 to get you back into the band?
No, I've been into music, so I've been pretty satisfied with music through my life, because you know I'm always into music in one way or another. I'm not out playing around every single day, but you know, but you know, I've done a couple of shows, in the years between 86 and 2018. Some special events that we had. We did one thing in Stockholm with Tony Martin and some of the other Candlemass vocalists. So I don't know exactly if I've done three shows. Yeah, we went to the 70 Tons of Metal, the boat, with Rob Lowe. He did one set and I did the other set. So
right. And how was that? Was it great getting back in the fold and playing?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, and I really loved it. So
yeah.
And then if we step forward to 2018, Mappe called me up on a Saturday and asked me if I was interested in joining the band as a real member. And it was the perfect time for me in life. And I said, yeah, I just need to hear the songs that you're into for the moment. If I need to like it. It's important for me that it feels good in my heart. And I actually went to the studio the very next day and listened to the Door to Doom. And we started the recording right away. So,
did it feel like a different band, or did it feel like you were stepping back into 1986?
It was no. You know, we were older, and the songs. I don't know if you can compare the songs to Epicus, but they had a vision of sounding more like they did back in time when they called me up. So that's the reason, because they were actually about to end the band at that moment.
Right.
Because Leif didn't think it was fun anymore. So, and I came back and we started recording, and all the guys went happy.
Yeah, it gave it new life. It sort of resurrected everybody.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a small piece back in time. I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, I know a lot of fans were happy to see you back in the band because of because of this album. Sweet Evil Son. how important was it to honour the classic sound of Candlemass while still sounding fresh?
And that's been the ambition ever since I came in again, to go back to the roots in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And of course you can't go back completely, because we're not 20 anymore. So, but the ambition was to sound more back in time.
Yeah. Does that? Do you think today's fans expect Candlemass to evolve, or they've got to sort of be in that sort of sonic universe, the traditional Candlemass sound?
Yeah, I think so. I think they prefer the old Candlemass sound. But to me, music, it depends. It doesn't matter the genre. It's all about writing the greatest songs, But when it comes to the genre, I think they prefer the old Candlemass style.
Yeah,
it's just to write some great songs in the old style.
Yeah, this band of yours, Candlemass, is such an influential band. I mean, even today, bands like My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, Paul Bearer, they all cite your band as an influence.
Yeah.
Do you ever stop to think, wow, we created something that has inspired a lot of, these new generation, this cross generation of
Yeah.
music?
I didn't know that in the beginning, but now I've realized that we have inspired a lot of musicians all around the world, and that's pretty amazing. And I'm proud of that. It's kind of a receipt that you've done something good in life, so it feels good.
Why do you think doom has, as a genre, keeps on keeping on, where a lot of the other genres sort of wither on the vine, but this subgenre of metal just keeps on keeping on? Why do you think that is?
To see heaven, you must have life is heaven and hell in a way.
Yes.
So, and you have to face the dark sides of life. So I think that's very important. And to develop yourself, in a way. But I must say that in a way, I think, even though a lot of the songs are about the dark, it strengthens you to listen to it. I don't know. I can't explain why, but painful ballads can be inspiring, and when it grabs you, we're on deep water now.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any plans to do another record?
Yeah, we're actually. I've done a couple of demos for the moment. Leif is writing on a new album for the moment, so there will be a new album. I haven't got the time, but we're working on it for the moment, and I've been singing demos with, I don't know, maybe half of an album so far. So
can you share any sort of give us a sneak preview? Is it a change, or is it just going to be the traditional Candlemass sound that everyone loves?
I think it's going to be traditional.
The traditional, more darkness.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
horror stories.
Yeah.
With the lyrics, does that take a lot of planning? Because it's like story. They're like stories. They're like little mini stories. Does it take a lot of planning to?
Leif is the main writer of both the music and the lyrics. And you know, if I've been doing a demo with Leif, then maybe I'm back the very next day to finish it all. Then sometimes he has changed the lyrics. So
do you chip in? Do you chip in ideas and just go, or say, "Hey, I don't think I can sing that." You know, can we change the words around? No.
Yeah, sometimes we find a better word in the end of a sentence or something like that. But he is the main man behind the lyrics as well. So that's the way it is, and he's working a lot with the lyrics. I can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. So with this album, what's your estimate? Do you think it'll be next year, later, any time frame?
Maybe next year. Yeah. But you know, I'm not the boss of all the things with the studios and things like that. So I can't give you, but maybe next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So
something is coming out next year.
Something is bubbling. Well, I think
something is bubbling.
I think a lot of Candlemass fans will be excited. There's another effort because they were so pleased that you were back in the band, and another album's coming out. So let's talk about the tour of Australia. What can folks expect with the shows? Is it just going to be greatest hits? Is it going to focus on a particular album? Give us a sneak preview. What can we expect?
I think you can say a lot of greatest hits is the closest I can tell. Yeah. You know, we do a lot of the old songs and some newer as well, but a lot of the old stuff.
Fantastic, and a little bit.
I think we all have realized that, you know, it's our very first time, so we pretty much have to do the old stuff.
Yeah,
you know, when we're back, if we're coming back in the future, maybe we can change the set list a bit to some newer songs as well. But it's going to be a lot of old songs.
Yeah, absolutely. So finally, what message would you like to give to the Australian fans that have waited all this time to see Candlemass live? I know Tasmania had the privilege to seeing you, but the mainland of Australia, what can you tell the fans?
Yeah, I know all the guys in the band, we are all looking forward to go to Australia, and it's going to be awesome. We're always doing our very best, and we're really looking forward to go to Australia. So that's it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Well, Johan, it's been a pleasure to meet you and talk to you, and I wish you all the best, and looking forward to seeing you when you play in Australia. So I'll put all the dates below. You're on the East Coast.
Thanks.
And coming up. So folks, don't miss Candlemass. They created a genre of music, and it keeps on keeping on. So, Johan, all the best, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling me up, and take care.
Okay, all the best. Thank you.